Okay, it is the day before Thanksgiving, and we actually have happy news to be thankful for on the home loan interest rate front. The minutes from the Federal Reserve meeting from November the 2nd came out today that were kind of showing a little bit more about kind of the behind the scenes of what the Federal Reserve was talking about in their meeting. And overall, it looks like the Fed was saying that they felt that the increases to the federal funds rate could begin to slow. That is the news that we wanted to hear, and we were a little concerned that that wasn't what we were going to hear, but it looks like that is exactly what they were saying. Let's take a look at the article here. Fed officials see smaller rate hikes coming soon. The minutes show. This is what we want. We want the Federal Reserve on December the 2nd, remember that date, to increase the federal funds rate by 0.5% or 0.25%. I think it's going to be 0.5%, but that will show that inflation is subsiding in their eyes and they're able to begin to slow their aggressive behavior towards bringing down inflation. Exactly what we want heading into the first quarter of 2023. Second quarter, like I've been saying, will probably be in the 4s on the Brent Bruce Daily Convention alone. Well, let's take a look and see how the charts are doing with this information. Look at that. Kind of a surprise that it came out so dovish, the tone from the Federal Reserve. We thought it was going to come out a little bit more aggressive because, again, we've been talking about that individually they've been talking more aggressively in their interviews. But overall, the minutes show that they're actually feeling like they could probably slow those increases. So we're up 28 basis points on the mortgage-backed security, which is what we wanted. Look at the run that we've been having. Well, how long and why did this happen? Let's go back and see what date it started. It started here on November the 3rd. Does that ring a bell? Just a moment ago, I said that the Federal Reserve increased the federal funds rate by 0.75% on the 2nd. So since they increased the federal funds rate, home loan interest rates have rallied. Mortgage-backed securities have rallied, which has brought home loan interest rates down from about 7.25%, maybe 7.125%, down to now. We're going to take a look here, and we are now officially at 6.375% with no points on the Brent Bruce Daily. Let's go ahead and run that scenario here. We were fighting with that 6.5%, saying that you could get to 6.375, but it was with a little bit of a cost. Here we are, 6.375 with a credit of $749. Now, I want to make sure that you guys understand. When you hear any quotes right now from basically any other lender, they are quoting you with 1 point. Okay, they're always going to quote with 1 point because they need to say a number that is palatable to either you as the agent or the buyer or the consumer. They can't say, oh, it's 7.5. They'll say 6.99, but there's 1 point in there. So understand that these rates that we're putting in front of you here, these are with no points. If we wanted to charge a point, or if you were willing to pay a point, we would be at 5.875. Okay, 5.875 on a conventional 30-year fix for a very well-qualified buyer with 1 point. That is where we now are. That is great news. Take a quick look here, and let's go to the FHA. Same kind of thing. Everyone is quoting these numbers with 1 point. And everything I'm showing you has been without a point. Every day I show you 0 point loans. So keep that in mind whenever you start hearing from other people. Ask them if there's points. There we are, 5.75% on an FHA, VA, or USDA loan right now for a well-qualified government-type loan with a credit of $1,700. That's with no points. That's with a credit. If we were to open this up here, it looks like we can get for almost 1 point, we can get to about 5.5. So if somebody says I'm willing to pay a point, or the seller is willing to pay a point, we're in the 5s, guys. We are in the 5s now on conventional FHA, USDA, VA for someone who is pretty well or very well qualified. Great news. Tomorrow is Thanksgiving. The bond market is closed. Everyone is closed. There will be no report. Friday is a half day in the bond market. It closes at 1:00 p.m. Eastern time. I will not be doing a report on Friday either. So next time I talk to you will be on Monday. Have a great holiday. If you have any thoughts, suggestions, please like, subscribe, share, comment, and I look forward to talking to you again next week. Have a great day.